The member for Higgins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Energy and Emissions Reduction. Will the minister outline to the House how the Morrison Government's technology, not taxes approach to reducing emissions is focused on harnessing Australians' innovation and expertise? And is the minister aware of any risks to this approach?
The Minister for Energy and Emissions Reduction.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Higgins for her question and for her strong commitment to bringing down emissions as we strengthen our economy, constantly strengthening our economy. And as someone who was a doctor before coming into this place, she knows how effective it is to take a technology-led approach to solving hard problems, including bringing down emissions. And of course, she also knows that our approach is working, Mr Speaker. Emissions down over 20% since 2005, lower than any year when Labor was in government. We saw 7 gigawatts of new renewables capacity in the last year alone, more than the full 6 years of Labor government. And now we see Australia has the highest level of installed solar PV in the world per capita, Mr Speaker, the highest in the world. Now, this is happening because we're backing Australian ingenuity and innovation, Mr Speaker, and great organisations that are playing such a great role in this. One of those organisations is ARENA, Mr Speaker, and of course we are backing ARENA to invest in a broader range of technologies to bring down emissions in the coming years, Mr Speaker, and in particular in those hard-to-abate sectors. ARENA has an important role to play in this. It needs to be able to support our 5 priority technologies in our technology investment roadmap. We've given it an additional $192 million on top of its baseline funding of over $1.4 billion a year, an additional $192 million to invest in technologies like charging infrastructure for electric vehicles, Mr Speaker, microgrids, bringing down emissions in heavy industry and heavy transport, Mr Speaker, that next generation of low emissions technologies. But I am asked about risks to this approach, Mr Speaker, and the risk is those opposite, because the member for McMahon has been selling the party room over there on the other side a pup, Mr Speaker. He has told them on Monday that in voting against the regulatory change for ARENA that supports these technologies, that they're only voting against carbon capture. Well, Mr Speaker, he's teamed up with the Greens and Labor, and they're voting against clean hydrogen, energy storage, low-carbon aluminium and steel, healthy soils, Mr Speaker. They're voting against all of those things. They're voting against technologies that the IEA says are crucial to bringing down emissions around the world. They're voting against more jobs and investment in the regions. And the member for Hunter has got it right. He's got it right when he said this is stupid policy and stupid politics, Mr Speaker. That's from the member for Hunter, stupid policy and stupid politics. Well, the truth of the matter is, if it's not to be technology, Mr Speaker, it is to be taxes.
And I give